Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about Grant Cardone's tips to becoming a millionaire. My name's Mariah Rossell with the Lifestyle Freedom Movement. So the first thing you need to do is you need to move your goal from $1 million to $10 million. If your goal is only $1 million, then what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to create the passive income necessary to actually be able to live off of that $1 million. And so if you only have $1 million, then every year you're going to take out money, and you're living off that $1 million, which means that as the price of living goes up, then you're going to have each year you have that set amount of money, it's going to feel tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And so if we were to live at today's cost of living, many people could live off of $1 million for about 25 years. And that's you. That's not your family. That's not going on exorbitant vacations. That's just covering basic costs of living. And you could do that. But if you want to get to the point where you are living off the residual income, no longer should your goal only be $1 million. Your goal needs to be $10 million. Now the second step is, how do we even get to $10 million? So now what you need to do is save 40% of all the money that you're making. So if you make $10,000 a month, $4,000 of that needs to go into your savings. Another $4,000 is probably going to go to taxes, which means you're only really going to be living on $2,000. And very few people, especially if you live in a major city, if you have kids, if you're married, are actually going to be able to live on $2,000 a month. And so this is where you really need to get up to about $30,000 a month to be able to put $12,000 in the bank, $12,000 towards taxes, and then live off that $6,000. And that money that you put in the bank, that saving money, you never touch this. This is not your rainy day fund. This is not your vacation fund. This is money that you are holding on to and saving. Now the third step is we need to make that money work for you, because money sitting in a bank account is eventually gonna go to zero. And the other thing is, as the cost of living goes higher and higher, the dollar becomes less valuable. So think of when 10 years ago, think of 20 years ago, think of when your grandmother was a child. You know, she could buy a loaf of bread for what, a nickel, and a loaf of bread now is $5. And so as the cost of everything goes up, you need to have more money. So that million or that $10 million sitting in your bank accounts isn't going to do very much if it's just sitting there. So you need to make that money work for you. And there's lots of different ways that you can make that money work for you. But that's the biggest thing, is you have to take that money, you have to grow it. And essentially you're growing it and you're living off your income. Or not income, you're living off what the passive income is making. You're living off the interest. There we go. And you want to keep doing this until the interest that you're living off of is equal to your income. Once that happens, that's when you can actually afford to retire. That's when you actually can afford to take a step back, take a break. But until that happens, nose at the grindstone, making that $10 million, saving hard, because what you're doing is you're building this passive income machine. Once that passive income machine happens, now you are free to do what it is that you are called to do, what it is that you want to do, and you will now be able to just live off that passive income, or you're going to keep working, and then that passive income is going to be greater and greater and greater. And that's when you can do things like buy the fancy house, buy the fancy car, start going on major vacations. But until that point, every time that you take a vacation, and I'm not saying don't take vacations, but you take that exorbitant first class vacation to the Bahamas and Bali, and you know, you're living large. Every time you do that, remember that your money is not going to double. And so if we look at standard investment advice, and I'm not an investment advisor, please don't take that this way, but one of the important things that they talk about is the law of sevens. So every 7 years, if you are investing in the proper techniques, then your money will double every 7 years. And so think of how many sevens of years it is until you're retired. If you think you're going to actually retire at 65, and I don't want to wait till I'm 65 to retire, I want to retire at 40. But think of how many sevens that is. And so if you're in your 30s, you know, you have 4 sevens to retire. So if you spent $2,000 to go on vacation now, 2,000 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. You know, and so it's like every time you take money out of your piggy bank to go on these exorbitant things, what you're doing is you're taking away from your ability to have a solid retirement and to actually be able to get out of this rat race. And so you need to start saving. And if you've already started to create this wealth, now you need to take that wealth and do something with it. And I have an amazing wealth building series, an amazing program that I've been introduced to that I would love to share with you. So click on the link below and I will send you all this information about this amazing wealth building series that allows you to work with compounding, leveraging, interest, work with all of these things to make the money that you have. And the money that you have right now, you don't need to start with large amounts of money. Start with money that you have and make that money work for you. Make that money grow, and so that you can get to this goal of actually being a millionaire or a 10 millionaire in Grant Cardone's opinion. So that way you can live off of the interest and you can start living the life of your dreams. So click on the link below. Check out my wealth building series and click the like page on this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you learned from this video and share this and subscribe to my page. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys. Bye.